What's up, guys? Hotshotfrontier back at it again with another video. And in this video, guys, I'm finally being able to bring you my ban list prediction video, probably like a week or 2 weeks before the ban list. I've been cutting it close, trust me, but I'm really happy I'm being able to show you guys, share a few of my thoughts. Definitely let me know down below, do you agree with my picks or do you have your own picks? Love to hear your comments, but let's get right into this one. This ban list is going to be a very important ban list that they need to address a lot of things. Let's get started with the forbidden list, and that is the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare, and we have Dimensional Barrier. So what I mean by important ban list is that, with the main course that just came out, Cyberstorm Access, a lot of decks are getting a huge boost, like Super Heavy Samurais, right? We've seen the FTK, we've seen Branded Despia getting a huge boost, and a lot of things have to be addressed to kind of not balance the format, because it's hard to balance the format, right? But address a lot of things where it makes it a little slightly less powered down, And a lot of people were thinking that, they should put Branded Expulsion on their list. Honestly, it has to go for Gimmick Puppet Nightmare, and the reason being is that there's a card that came out in Cyberstorm Access that does the same thing as Expulsion. It's just a monster, so it's easily able to do it, more often, right? So I feel like you just hit the source. We have a lot of cards like that where they are restrictive and they're not part of a certain archetype. Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is a Gimmick Puppet, but we're not seeing Gimmick Puppets play this like people are like, oh, I haven't gone to locals and see like a Gimmick Puppet player, you know what I mean? It's not a deck that's widely out there. So hitting this too is not like too destructive. But at the end of the day, I think this has to be hit. I was actually going to go with Branded Expulsion too, but until I saw that new monster, I was like, no, it has to be Nightmare. And then moving on to Dimensional Barrier, I don't agree with this, only because this card has been in the format for so long, and I haven't seen people really say, people have been saying stuff when it happens to them, but to be honest with you, this card isn't too crazy. It stops your opponent from here and there. But I can see the reasoning overall, so that's why I put it on the forbidden list. I think it will get hit, but time will tell. We'll see what happens, right, guys? This is everything I have for the forbidden list. I know some people are putting Cyberstein on their list, and that's also a good card too. I just don't think it hasn't been abused yet, right? With the cards coming out now, we probably will see that. But once we see that and we're like, okay, people are saying like this is a continuous thing, then we talk about getting it banned, right? Moving on though to our limited list, we're starting with the Castier Unicorn. Now, Castiers in total, remember, they've gotten a lot of like crazy support, Darkwing Blast, Photon Hypernova. But what you have to remember is that Konami, how they think about these ban lists is not about the player base for the most part. It's about like selling sets. My mindset has changed like drastically these last few years, and thinking like that, they want to continue to sell this. And in the Megatins, they're getting reprints for these cards. So if you keep hitting these decks and you're doing the reprints, it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like certain cards or decks are protected by reprints, but once that's like gone, then it's like, I don't know what's going on with this deck. So Castier Unicorn, I think they can limit this, to be honest with you, and everything will still be good because the deck is, again, broken, right? Everything's like unlimited, and you can just basically just have full control of your opponent's board. Limiting it to one would definitely restrict it a little bit, but moving on, we have Sprite Starter. Now, this set, Power of the Elements, did not get announced as a reprint set for the Megatins. So Sprite is kind of like up in the air right now, and Sprite's a really good deck. I don't want to see this get hit at all, but this would make more sense than Jet, to be honest, because you could do Jet, and that's a safer hit, but Starter is like, you're hitting Starter like that's the core of the deck, right? And that actually might kill Sprite, unfortunately. I hope they don't do it. They might just have Jet, and that'll be it. But we'll see what happens with that. Moving on, we have Runic Tip. Now, again, it's another thing I really hope they do not hit Runic. But if they had to hit Runic, it has to be Tip. I don't think the Hugin Wings is not the proper hit. It would have to be straight, again, just like with Starter, just go straight for the main thing, and that's Tip. The deck is amazing, being able to get any quick play spell you want. and tip really enables you to get like anything. So they could possibly hit it, but again, we'll see what happens. But I have a few more limiteds, and we have the heavy Metaphos Electromite. Come on, guys, it's time. Like, not even like a Triff joke. It's get this off the ban list. Like, bring it to 1 at least. I understand if you want to do unlimited, but like, it's been on there for so long that I don't even think Triff is saying anything anymore. But guys, like, seriously, like, we gotta get this off this list. Let's see what happens. Like, pendulums have been doing like nothing, guys. Okay, so yeah, hopefully we see that move off the list. Moving on, we have Thunder Dragon Colossus. I put this at 1. I know that even then that would be a little like, what's going on, but you know, test it out. Like, it's been so long too since we've seen this, so it'd be nice to kind of see this off the list, at least to 1. Why not? And then we have the Kashtira Birth. So this combined with Unicorn, I think would put the deck at a somewhat, you know, easier game state. If you want to prioritize 1, either Unicorn or Birth, hit Birth, because again, this, you know, this is like what starts them off too and everything like that. You know, then they could play like Terraforming, and at least it'll be like you have 2 in the deck instead of having the 3. That's my opinion. But again, we'll see what Konami does. And then finally, we have Orcus Horror. So this card has been on the list for so long as well. I think around the same time as Thunder Dragon Colossus, if I'm not mistaken. But this card can't, I don't know if it'll go back to 3, but limited to 1 for now. It would be nice to see some Orcus plays. You know, Orcus died really because this card was just like, it just got banned, and people were like, oh, this deck's just not really making it right now. So hopefully we see some, you know, change in that. Moving on, guys, to the semi-limited, we just have the 1 Miscellaneousaurus. Come on me, please bring this back to 2. I'm not a huge fan of the semi-limited list, but I understand a card like this can't go back to 3, at least immediately, but we're getting dinosaur support soon. You want to see some type of movement in terms of like the dinosaur like archetype, and at least Mist to 2 would be amazing. I love Mist, you know, at least we have it at 1, but 2 would just really like solidify the deck. I would love it. Moving on, guys, we have Unlimited, starting off with Pod Desires. Why did this ever go to 1? It's at 2 now. Just bring it back to 3. Come on, that's self-explanatory. Moving on, we have Gazelle. You know, Salmon Greats are getting more support. They're getting their legendary duelist set based off of them. So bring this back to 3, right? I mean, what's really going on with Salmon Greats? Unless that's too broken, maybe make it 2. I believe it's 1 right now, so consider that. Third, we have Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. That's been on there for so long. You know, a lot of the other Dragon Rulers have been getting off, so I don't see why not. It can't go back to limited. And then we have Dragonic Diagram. I mean, come on. Again, this has been on so long, around the same time as Thunder Dragon Colossus. And the other cards, like, just take this off, please. I want to play my True Dracos again, please. But yeah, hopefully that goes back too. The only reason why this got banned is that people were mixing the True Kings with it, and then now it's just, yeah, Konami said no, it has to be limited. But I won't play that, I promise. Moving on, guys, so our final few here, we have Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. Yes, that's right, I put that on the list. A huge fan of that. Bring it off. I mean, come on, honestly, I was thinking like this, right? This card is not that bad as it used to be. I know I say that, but like, listen, there are a lot of high attacking monsters in the format now, where you can just go and basically attack over this, because this card can be unaffected by the effects of cards you tribute to summon this. You use all 3, it's basically like invincible, right? But I mean, come on, you can always just attack over it and you're good. It's not that broken if you really think about it, especially in this format. Moving on with Ancient Fairy Dragon. This guys, this got the errata, so it's the once per turn, so bring it back to 3, it doesn't really matter. It's still a once per turn card. And then finally we have Speedroid Terror Top. This card has been on for a long time as well. It's still limited for, I don't even know why, what reason. You guys should just, you know, bring it back to 3. I don't see why not. I know a friend who would really enjoy this in their Speedroid deck at 3. So you guys should just go ahead and do it. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's my ban list prediction video. I think I chose some pretty nice cards, but let me know down below if you guys agree with our picks. What would you pick differently? And also, when do you think the ban list is coming? I'm gonna say next week. That's why I'm happy I'm releasing this video now. If you guys like the video, make sure you give it a huge like, comment down below, how do you like our picks? And guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're updated the moment I upload new videos. But guys, that is it for me. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.